YouTube, what's poppin', y'all? It's your boy D Hyde. Just want to welcome you guys back to the channel. Hope you guys are taking care of yourselves, man, being safe, you and your family. But in today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about repairing your beard line. Now, when it comes to repairing your beard line, man, you can repair your cheek line, your neck line, and also your mustache line. Now, in today's video, I want to show you guys exactly how I look when I'm going through this repair stage, when it comes to letting the hair just grow on my neck and my cheeks, also on top of my mustache, okay, and show you guys some quick tips on how you can clean things up without really woofing it too much, and just trying to be as presentable as possible while you're letting all that hair grow back, to either drop your line down a little lower, probably because you raise it up, or raise that cheek line up a little higher, because again, you drop that line down, and also thicken up that mustache. Now, before we get deep into this video, man, do your boy D Hyde a big solid and hit that like button if you guys enjoyed this video. You don't got to do it right now. Watch the video. If you found the video helpful, man, definitely hit that like button for your boy D Hyde, and it really helps the channel out, man. It helps the channel grow. It helps the channel get out to different people that may be into beards or want to be part of this community of bearded brothers. So with that, man, let's get straight into the video. Now, the first thing I want to do is show you guys exactly where I'm at when it comes to the regrowing stage. Now, you guys hear me talk about this again all the time throughout my videos, but this is the first time that I've actually let a lot of the hair down here grow out, man, for a good number of weeks. Actually, I'm heading to week 3 right now, and as you guys can see, it's not looking pretty, man. Not at all. All right, so all this right here is my new growth. Okay, so again, if you're trying to establish a line and drop that line down a little lower, you're gonna have to allow these areas to grow out, man. And really and truly, man, there's no way around it other than letting that hair grow. Okay, so again, if you made a mistake on your beard and you brought it up too high, you want to drop it down, or you're just looking for a wider look, you're gonna have to allow these areas to kind of grow in. And just for demonstration purposes, man, this is the reason why I decided to grow this out, so I can show you guys firsthand on what to expect when you're going through this, okay? And also show you guys how you can, again, clean it up to make it look more presentable. I'm gonna get into all that. So let's say, for example, I wanted to drop my line down a little lower or make this area a little wider. Now, by allowing all this right here to grow out, I can technically start from back here and create a whole new line back here, okay? I can even drop it down a little lower and angle it however I want at this stage, okay? So just by allowing all this right here to grow in and continue to grow, I know that I can eventually drop this down, but it's gonna take time. But for right now, because I really don't wanna mess with this at all too much and start to, you know, line it up and try to make it look all nice and neat, for right now and establish that line, I want to give this a little more time. Now, in between that time, all I'm doing is just cleaning up around this area because my hair grows way back here. So for me, when it comes to just making this area look a little more decent while I'm allowing all this area to grow back in, I'll just kind of clean up around here, and I'm going to show you guys how I do that right now. So all I'm basically doing is just cleaning up around this area. All right, so I don't want to, you know, come in here and start hitting my line and doing all that, because then I'll be defeating the purpose of growing this stuff back to create a new line or a lower line. So all I'm gonna do is just clean up around it. And again, I have hair that grows all the way down here. So, you know, I'm just gonna round it off a little bit. Again, just to make it look cool and clean for right now. Now, I can't afford to go up a little higher, but again, I don't want to mess with it too much, so I'm just doing a little bit of cleanup for right now. That way I can get the most growth I can get out of here, and then when I decide to make my mind up on how low I want to actually bring it down, I have a lot more to play with. All right, so nothing too crazy at all, fellas. No type of, you know, super detailing and all that stuff. All I want to do is just knock off some of that extra growth that's growing down here. And, you know, honestly, if I continue to let this grow, that shit will probably connect to my chest here, and I definitely don't want that. But, you know, just cleaning off all this area right here again to make it look pretty decent for right now until this kind of thickens up more. And then when I'm ready to make that transition as far as, you know, creating a new line, I have a lot more real estate to play with when it comes to down here. All right, so now when it comes to the cheek line, and it's pretty much the same as the neckline, you know, we're gonna allow all that new growth to come in. We don't really wanna take it up too much. we want to give ourselves enough real estate to kind of play with when it's time to create that new line. And I'm doing the same thing for the cheek line. Now when it comes to the cheek line, and with the cheek line, I do the same thing that I do with the neckline. I give myself enough real estate to play with when it's time to create that new line. So when it comes to you growing back that hair and allowing that hair to fill in, maybe you drop your line down or you're just trying to raise your line up, you got to give yourself real estate to play with, man. As you guys can see, typically my line will come from here and it'll drop down to about right there and come in. All right. Now, because I've been playing around and just allowing all this to kind of grow a little higher, I just want to see how it looks, you know? So I'm giving myself all this extra real estate to play with. And when I decide to trim this down, I may come down to about right there. But just allowing this to thicken up a little bit more is going to give me a super clean look and a nice solid line when I'm ready to hit this line, okay? So when it comes to me going through this whole wolfing stage and just allowing this whole cheek line to come in, I can still keep this looking semi-decent while this area starts to fill in a little bit more, okay? Now, for me personally, man, I get a lot of growth all the way up here. So all I do is the same thing that I do with my neckline. I'm just gonna take the liners and knock off a little bit up here and not really worry about trying to get it nice and sharp, all right? I'm just trying to make everything look, you know, clean without having a whole bunch of like wolf hair growing up on the top of my cheeks or having hair grow all the way down and connect to my damn chest here. All right, the whole purpose of this is allowing all that new growth to grow in without looking too damn crazy, okay? All I do again is just come here and I'm just gonna knock off a little bit of that growth, all right? And just clean it up. You know, I'm not doing nothing crazy. And that's all you're doing, fellas, is just cleaning this up to make it look nice as all this new growth starts to grow in, okay? All right, so that's basically what I do, you know, just knock off a little bit of that extra growth without really doing any kind of major detailing. You know, when that time comes again, I'll be ready to give myself a nice solid line once this thicken up a lot, and then I'll be able to drop my line down if necessary or bring my line out a little bit back on the neck when the time comes after this starts to fill up a little bit more. But this is just to show you guys how you can still, you know, keep your beard looking semi-decent while you go through the wolfing stage and try to reestablish those lines. Now, for those of you that may have like chopped your stash down too low, or maybe the barber or whoever knocked your stash down and you trying to reestablish that stash, just clean up the outer layers of the stash, okay, while it starts to come in. What you can do is you can just kind of float right above, you know, the new growth that's coming in, just to kind of make it look decent. In some cases, with some people, you really don't have to do that because a lot of us, you know, when it comes to growing a stash, it's pretty much going to grow the way it is. You know, there's not going to be no extra growth growing all the way up into your nose or growing all the way up around the side of your nose, you know, like the cheek line or the neckline. You know, a lot of times it just kind of grows where it is. But, you know, if you don't like it that high, you can definitely, you know, just allow all that new growth to grow in and just kind of float right above it to make it look a little more neat, depending on how your stash grows. One more thing I also wanted to add to this is that, you know, a lot of this stuff comes down to what you're able to grow, you know. So for me, you know, I've been blessed or cursed with the wild wolf hair growing and connecting all the way to my damn chest, all the way to my damn hairline, you know, all the way up to my damn eyes, you know what I mean? So it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. But again, man, it's all about knowing what you're working with. So for me, I'm able to drop my line down this low and kind of raise my line up this high. But for those of you that's trying to reestablish that line, just know what you're working with. And if your line has been dropped down and you know that you can, you'll have some real estate to grow back, just allow all that real estate to grow back, man. The same thing with your neckline if you're trying to drop it down a little bit lower. Give yourself some time. So when the time comes for you to hit your beard and give yourself that nice clean cut after allowing all this growth to grow in, you'll have some of that extra real estate to do that, okay? But again, just know your beard, man, and know what you're working with when it comes to this, okay? All right, fellas, so with that, man, listen, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope the video was helpful. And just let that beard grow, you know, let all that new growth grow out, man, and you should be in a good place soon. But like always, this is your boy D Hyde. You guys continue to take care of yourself, you and your family. You guys stay safe, stay blessed, man. And I'll see you guys in the next one. All right? Peace out.